All right, guys, just 30 more seconds. Get ready. If you enjoy the content, leave a like. Got a pretty good show for you. Guys, sorry I've been less active. Been so busy moving into a new apartment. That's always a lot. So, yeah. Appreciate you guys. Let me post on Twitter, then we're on live. Okay, we got that out. Well, let's get started. Alrighty, what is up, guys? New location today. Thank you so much for joining me. Evan Aldo here. I don't think this is too big. Maybe look at it a little bit, tiny bit smaller though. And yeah, this is a new room. I'm using my studio in the apartment. What's up, Dash T? What's up, NFT Liker? What's up, M Shurkin? Guys, Ghana, appreciate you coming back from Twitch. So yeah, we got some old people, some new people. What's up, Chris Bird? Yeah, it's a good point. And yeah, let me move this over. Give me 1 second here, guys. And yeah, okay. My audio is really bad. Okay. Maybe there's an issue with the microphone. How is it? Low, high? Maybe I finally screwed up this expensive microphone, unfortunately. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Cool. And yeah, sounds like an empty room. Cool. All right, appreciate you guys, and let's get going. So this is like a huge thing. I do it slightly low. Let me turn the gain up. How about now? Anything better? Better with that? The gain is higher, so I had to switch my stuff was traveled with me, so I switched it. But yeah, appreciate you guys for being patient, and yeah, I mean. So on the weekly, some of the high time frames, obviously the huge place we tested is going to be the 200, right here, and this area right there, and we're below it right now, 224.9. Now I think if we could close a weekly candle above it, if we could close above it for a weekly candle, I would say a week kind of from today on the next one. Because we just hit it pretty recently. If we close above that, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty momentous. And yeah, chart is for what? Oh, it's the second time we had the damn glitch. Give me a, okay. Yeah, I forget why this is a glitch with OBS. No matter what I do, it seems like there's just so many glitches. Give me a second. I know how to fix it, I believe. I have to reset it. So I have to remove and then reset on OBS. I don't know. Oh no, I just removed my own. I just removed my webcam. Damn it. Oh man. Bad luck so far on this stream. Sorry guys. Well, let's remove this one. And let's add the screen capture. And not right there. Now the other one. And now I got to reset up. I set it up right before, like an hour ago, before I was going to get this started. Now I got to set it up again. That's okay. Move this over. Oh, capture screen rather than capture app. Well, it's gonna work like this right now. There's so much, no matter, and then they change the app every month, you know. I almost got it going. It's with the webcam too. That always messes up too usually. And okay, we should be good. So sorry about that. I apologize. Trying to do the best I can. Yeah, but yeah. Let's see here. Let me just move this over. Just one more, and then okay, that should be all right. Yeah. All right. So to basically reiterate this place right here in the weekly 200 moving average. If we could close above this, I would say not this weekly candle to close, but the next one. I mean, this wouldn't be a close above this if we do close tomorrow. You know, below 24 point, where is it? 24.9, 24.88. You know, approximately right there. If we don't close, you know, above this, let me rephrase that. If we can close a weekly candle above this point, if we can close a weekly candle above this point, that's going to be momentous. That's going to be huge. And if we can't, if we reject from here, if the next week is pretty red, which I think it could be sideways, the more bearish I would think right now, then I think that's a big place for, you know, the main case here, for the monthly to roll over, red dot, and then we make a lower low towards middle to late this year, and then we finally bottom out. Very similar to the NASDAQ after 2001. This is a big comparison I've been seeing. So, you know, I mean, obviously it's kind of like, it's interesting because obviously, you know, there were a lot of people. I was still like hanging on a little bit, you know, back here, you know, towards to the bullish case back here in early 2022. And then I flipped more bearish once we kind of lost, you know, 30, the fair value area. There was a big double spiral line that we kind of lost. I believe it was around 36 over here. When we lost this, I turned, you know, quite a bit more bearish and thought we were definitely in a bull run. No chance for another, you know, new all-time high from that bull run. I thought we were in a bear market, no new chance for an all-time high in that bull run. A lot of people around here when I was still bullish were pretty bearish. Now, you know, it's kind of the same thing a little bit, but I feel like there's more bulls now than there were bears kind of here. But the thing is, more people into crypto in general, more people who are watching a YouTuber that talks about crypto is going to be more bullish. So, you know, it depends what people think. I look at a lot of the, you know, the comments on a few of the, you know, big like channels that are leaning more bearish, like Crypto Savvy, like what is it, Optical Art, TA. And there's always like, you know, bottom is in. People have been saying bottom is in since, you know, 50K. So, you know, but there's more of an argument to make. You know, it's a much stronger argument now to say the bottom's in rather than to say the bottom was in at any point before because of the confirmed green dot in the monthly. The thing though is, if you compare it to the NASDAQ after the dot-com bubble, that's where a lot of similarities are. You know, it's these two. This is where we would be right now. Got some green and then right over. So it was 3 monthly green candles on Heiken Ashes. Got 2 so far. So next one could theoretically be green as well. Maybe March is more sideways. If it's like that, then you kind of go down towards the end of the year. That's the main thing you got to worry about if you're more of a bear. I do think it could be the first time, just like it was the first time here, where these EMAs in the monthly turned all gray. You know, they're 3 of them are gray right now, so about foam 4 here. So we're getting close. You know, we're getting close. So I'm curious back here in the NASDAQ. Let's see how many were. Is this kind of you were hanging on to 1 to 2 over there. Yeah, you were hanging on like 2 right there, and then it was just 1 over here. So yeah, they were all gray by this area. So it could be different. It could be different this time, but that's what we're looking at right there. So the main case, you know, the main thing, just to reiterate that I want people to, you know, keep in mind right now, is that if we close a weekly candle above this area, above 20, you know, 24.8, it's a full week, I would say. Probably not this one, the next one we would probably have to, I would say. Then that's indicative, this is the bottom, we're entering accumulation phase, and yeah. But if we lose this area, reject hard from this area, you know, then most likely we got, you know, 6 more months of winter or something of that nature, you know. 6 to 12 more months of a bear market, theoretically. And then the big places we're going to look at for potential bottoms. So when we do a direct, I think we will. And I think the S&P 500 will go to come down too. And I think, we're in that area where there's enough doubt and there's enough kind of people saying, up, where we could continue forward downward. Like with the S&P 500, with the NASDAQ, it still follows traditional markets to a certain extent. And, you look at kind of, I remember Michael Berry, said sell, Ray Dalio said negative things, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, everyone was kind of saying that we're entering a recession, it was getting uglier, yada, yada, yada. Everyone was kind of saying that, but, and, everyone was kind of saying that. And then what happened, you got a little jump. So it's kind of like when everyone says something, it kind of, I'm not everyone, but like the big names kind of like that. I feel like it will play out, but it'll take longer. Case for the soft landing too with the S&P 500 could take a while to really come down, just gradual decline, especially if they keep raising rates by 25 basis points, every month. That's pretty big. So yeah, what we're looking at right here, some of these, time frames, the 2-day, the 3-day, I do think likely the next bearish div on the 2-day, that's going to be pretty momentous to bring us back down, I think. Same with the daily, because you're just making a bigger bearish div every time here, and that just makes it more strong. Similar to kind of over here in this August of 22, obviously, came down quite a bit, came up a little bit, and then down more. So, yeah. And then, right... I get you were in the green, then you got kind of, that was the all-time high, but, we're looking, it has some similarities. There are some similarities here. All-time high over here, now you came up higher, but, it was a decent bearish div. I'd have to zoom in and see if that was a true bearish. Yeah, it was. So, true widespread bearish div on your daily, and that gave you what you needed. So, yeah, another 75%. No, I'm just kidding. But, absolutely there's a strong argument to make it to come down here. And the daily, the 10-hour bearish div, money flow generally coming out here. This is one of those general patterns, especially on a large time frame, where it usually plays out pretty well for the bearish case. Usually brings you down. What's up, accurate components? And Jan, no, I'm not still in Mexico. I am in Miami right now in a new place I just moved into. A lot of work moving, but yeah. And you look at some of these time frames, money flow generally coming out in your 6-hour, 2-hour as well, and then the bearish div right there. So pretty textbook clean rejection. Double spiral lines normally work pretty well, especially on log. Money flow coming out. I do think this hourly is going to be a good place to potentially enter a swing short. Be careful, it is the weekend. I would probably be wanting to wait until Monday to really enter something. I'm already in a swing short. I do post hints on Twitter. Follow the Twitter if you guys are interested in that. And yeah, let's send out a notification. And the other thing too, guys, the other thing for more of the kind of bearish case on the macro here, another 6 to 12 months of winter, look at this. I feel like money flow coming out here, VWAP coming down. The VWAP's not down that far now, not coming down that far, but that could be kind of a nightmare. A nightmare meaning like another 50% down or so. That could be kind of what we're looking at towards the end of the year. So regardless of what happens though, my main strategy, I've been kind of, I have Bitcoin, accumulated from obviously a while ago. I still have some Bitcoin I bought in 2020, when we were around 10, 12K. So yeah, but my strategy to get more, this kind of area on the 2-week, and I think we're going to come into the red a decent amount here. I'm curious about the NASDAQ after the dot-com bubble on the 2-week. I'm sure I've looked at it. I just don't remember off the top of my head, what exactly happened here. You got deep for the first time ever. It was different because you never came into the red. There are differences. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be exactly the same, but you got deep there. And, and you only went into, well, no, you probably would have went in if it wasn't for COVID, or at least very close to it if it wasn't for COVID. Yeah, NASDAQ was never even close. But coming into the red here, you know, coming into the red here, I think you could potentially come a little deep, a little deep. You know, you go like this, you know, this was kind of, that was 50% down, but if it was more gradual, we probably would have got deeper. You could do the 50% and get pretty deep here, I think. You know, look at the change here to, you know, here to where we are right now. I mean, here to where you get into the red, this was about a 60%. But that was a big, okay, so that was 60%. This was 30, yeah, this was like 30 points here. Where's negative 30? Right there. That's pretty deep. Yeah, that's pretty deep. I'm curious about the NASDAQ. It was negative 43, yeah. So general ballpark, so it could come down deeper. The other thing too, that's a very good indication that we've already bottomed out, that we're entering an accumulation phase rather than a bear market, is if all of these EMAs turn bright, and we have two out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 out of 7, I think, are bright. We need all of them to be, you know, similar to here, similar to here. I mean, without the pandemic, you probably wouldn't have went all in the gray there again, but, and even similar to all the way back here, you know, that general pattern. So, you know, we're not quite there yet, I think. Also on some social metrics, we're not quite there as well. The social metrics would probably give us, you know, when enough of you guys give up, I'm just kidding, enough of you guys kind of stop tuning in as much, you would probably see that happen towards the end of the year, early next year. So yeah. Let's see. Let's look at Cardano, sure. Just for you, Broderick, Daniel, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys for showing up. So yeah, like Bitcoin, you know, VWAP starting to come down here on the two week a little bit. VWAP coming down there. I mean, I think there's a decent case to be made that you just roll over here and come down to these areas, I think. Could be wrong. I didn't think it happened here. I mean, Cardano is, you know, we made a little bit new of a high with everything else. Last time we were in the green here, you rolled over, so could happen. Definitely could happen. 67%. And then let's see here. So 10 hour, yeah, bearish div right there. Yeah, I would give it to you just about. That money flow don't look good. Like, this is a pretty textbook swing short kind of entry. Probably like a better version of like either here or there, you know what I mean? So yeah. Curious about ADA Bitcoin, because this obviously has generally bled from it since the all-time highs. And then my guess, yeah, come a little bit deeper, like we were here, a little bit deeper. I don't think we're going to get to that point, but, you know, over these areas, I would say, for this area at least, I would think. So, yeah. Let's see. We're going to be buying if we close above 25K in the weekly. Yeah, that's a good question. It's going to be a DCA strategy, yeah, similar to the accumulation phase. So if we close above, yeah, so the question there is kind of like, if we close above that in the weekly, that would be for next week. I would give it a week, first of all, but I would follow this main strategy. I would start to follow this main strategy based on the 12-day and try to DCA in for the next, from November 19 to, you know, over here, theoretically, that would have been a really good place. You know, 12 days, so we're in the red here. It was November 19th to July 20th. Yeah, so about next 8 months. I think next 8 months would be a really good DCA strategy. I still think that, you know, similar to how we were in the last accumulation phase over here during this rally, it would probably look more like this rally, maybe up to 30, 40K if we do close above it, maybe. And maybe even, yeah, probably 40K, 30, between 30 and 40. Yeah, I would focus on Bitcoin because it probably will outperform most of the alts during the rally. And then I think we would do something of this nature in, at least early, mid to late this year, early into halfway through early 2024, kind of similar. Could also just be a gradual kind of thing upward, like the Apple market, but I think Bitcoin's too well known for it to be that like manufactured anymore. So that's what, So I saw everything that I have. I can't answer that. It's not financial advice. Let's see. Too much echo. Yeah, maybe I've screwed up my microphone through travel in my car, but it shouldn't have been. That's the thing, when you put stuff in the car, it's tough. Sometimes it gets a little bit damaged. I think it's okay. I mean, let me know if there's too much echo. Maybe I can mess with the settings or something. But yeah, the equipment only lasts so long. I've had this microphone a few years. It's a good mic. It's the SM7B, this $400 microphone, but yeah. Money flow coming out over there. That's hourly. So let's move on to Ethereum. So the thing with Ethereum is I feel like Ethereum looks like it gives me the vibes of that it could come up and play around with these areas a little bit more, maybe even toy around with, dare I say that high, 1820 or something. And the reason is because when you mess with a big area, like a huge fib level like that, a lot of times it'll come back up and mess with it more before you really see a reversal. Like they're not going to give you the short that easily. They're not going to give you your money that easily. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm in an empty room. Oh, okay, that's why. I've done it and kind of. Okay, maybe I gotta pat the walls or something. Too much reverb, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I never did it in completely like empty rooms. I clothes and furniture and stuff. Well, not clothes, but like furniture and stuff around me before. But yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, it's an empty room. Okay. Yeah, I mean hourly on ETH, pretty bad in my opinion. Similar to Bitcoin. That could have been the top. That'd be a nice easy if you could short it from there. Maybe something to hold for a while. But excuse me. The thing too for ETH, I mean ETH generally, what I think is, it could take some time before you get into the red here. It could take definitely some time before you get into the red. Once you get into the red, that's a good DCA strategy. And then, I don't know, that wasn't in the red for that long. Maybe you could do something along more of this. Wait till the 12-day. And the 12-day looks bad on this. This looks more like the 2-week on Bitcoin. If you go up, it's curving down. Still not below like the 10 or the 5 here. Money flow coming out. But, yeah. Going into this accumulation phase. Let's see. So yeah, that's ETH right there. I mean, the general thing, what we look at is, 3 hour, this coming into the red. That come out with the 2-day view coming down. We're not there quite yet, but the hourly combined with that daily coming down looks pretty good to me. It is the weekend. Always want to be careful. And by the way, guys, I wanted to mention I negotiated a new. This is one of those like cool ones, only with my link or whatever. A promo with MEXC, new exchange. I believe they have lower fees than Bybit and BITGET and FEMEX, I believe. And only with my link down below, you get the 9100 bonus. Ends in 26 days, but get it while it's hot. And you can see the details right here for spot trading. Get a nice airdrop from a spot trade there, transfer to a hardware wallet, whatever. It's for experienced traders only. Obviously, trading is risky. Keep that in mind. None of this is financial advice. So yeah, and then the futures bonus right there. So check that out if you're interested. It is a very good exchange. I've been messing around with it. So yeah. And let's get back into this. LDO. I don't know anything about this. There will be, I mean, the majority of altcoins aren't performing Bitcoin. There are some here and there that are, and we're kind of cherry picking. We don't hear about them until they do, and then what happens after that? I mean, I wouldn't be extremely hopeful. You get my drift, but yeah. I wanted to look at Solana. Man. Still didn't even make it above our January 28th high. It's still the high so far. Yeah, I mean, you just roll over, then there's your $3 to $5 area. To there. Oh, nice. Crypto grows in Mardi Gras. It's a lot of parties, right? I forget what they do with that, but yeah. People go there for, people like fly in for that, right? Yeah. Yes, that was Solana. I wanted to show you guys. So let's take a look at the big boys, like the S&P 500 right now. And I think we're going to see something happen relatively soon, like something, you know, some significant, because we've been in the range for a while, you know. I mean, it could stay in this for a good amount of time. Same as Bitcoin, you know. I think that ultimately, once these turn like, you know, all bright, then you're kind of out of the worst part of it. Most likely gonna have a trend reversal, and you want to break above this trend line too. You're not there yet, and you got some RSI splitting, VO coming down here. So, you know, red dot split RSIs in the 3-day. We've lost a lot of like hope with the people shorting too, which makes me think that's one of the ingredients we need for it to, you know, kind of have a trend reversal, start to go back down. And, you know, what I've been thinking is, you know, May, April, play around with this. 31, 3200. It could be the April, May area. Maybe a little later. It's more dragged out, you know. Could be over here. End of May, but yeah. Yeah, we just looked at ETH, you missed it, but yeah. RSI is starting to split apart here. Trend reversal on the NASDAQ. You know, obviously in the same ballpark as S&P 500 right now. But if you look at this pattern on the 2-day, the triangle, green dot, red dot, that gave you what you needed. And then, yeah, I mean, you haven't seen that in a while here. Obviously bullish there, but you're in a bear market now. I think we could be heading for it. Yeah, there's something explosive happening, you know, in the next few weeks. But yeah. What are you thinking, Crypto Grizzly? What are you thinking? 30K still? What's your view? Lower lows, you know, we top out. What's going on? What's your opinion? But yeah. Thing too is you did confirm the bearish div with money flow coming out in the 10-hour. That's a decent sign that you could be topped out too. I mean, that's a decent sign. If we look at, you know, it didn't work back here, what we normally were looking for. you know, money flow coming out, bearish div, didn't really work. I mean, you came up a little bit higher. You did come up a little bit higher. You know, people getting excited over, you know, ape or, you know, that's the thing too in this day and age. You always forget because we're used to, you know, people from the 60K eras. But yeah, everything. Let's see. Pull back. Don't think lower. Yeah, it is looking bad on higher time frames. On market side, I want to look at the 3-week because the 3-week too. If you get that money flow, that view starting to come down with that money flow come out here, and you come into the right, I'd be curious to see Nasdaq after .com bubble on the 3-week. Right there, yeah. Could be something of this nature here. The monthly didn't work. You were still in the red, green, but to that point. So yeah. Got a lamp that's going to be delivered today, so excited about my lamp. I think I'm going to get a TV delivered from Amazon. I set that up, and then I got to get a couch too. So basically, what I need to be functional. So yeah. Thing too, silver getting a little jump. It depends with the Dixie with this in gold. I do think we're going to get a decent increase right now. I do think this is generally going to be viewed as kind of a healthy correction. Maybe down to here and then something like that could be decently possible. A little bit tough to say right now. A little bit tough to say. So yeah, a little tired. So much work moving into a new place, man. So much work. PLTR stock? Sure. Tough to say with a $20 billion market cap, but I generally am in the ballpark that'll reverse, come down farther with the S&P 500 mid to late this year. So yeah. Look about to fall asleep right now, geez. So Matic, yeah, that's a great question. Let's look at Matic. Everybody's talking about how it had such a good run. $1.50, yeah. Pumping up. This area is huge. Split RSI is coming down the weekly here. Oof. The higher they come up, the harder they fall. Thing too is if you look at Matic Bitcoin. We were talking about this in Paul Barron, big area right here. I think that double top or that, you know, this is almost that thing Crypto Face talks about, the 4 humps. You know what I mean? And right down. So that could really make it bleed against Bitcoin. Nothing goes up forever. No altcoin's always going to be the power child, but yeah. Yeah, let's look at dot, sure. So a little bit of a higher high, different than Solana. Money flow generally coming out. So first impressions look very similar to Bitcoin. You know, I do think that it's like bright on the left side. It's weird with this apartment. It doesn't really, some of these rooms don't have any lights. I didn't realize that, but oh, it's good for the environment. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah, I mean, the thing here, money flow coming out, the same bearish signs of Bitcoin and ETH. generally the same. I mean, let's also try to look at a fib level or something of that nature. Excuse me. Nothing there. Nothing too close. Golden pocket right there. I mean, you're hitting a big kind of psychological right here, or historical support resistance. I mean, kind of thinking you're in a rollover here. So yeah. First time viewer, APT. Appreciate you, cozy babe. Is that your? Is this Aptos? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't look good. Not a bearish div, but I don't know if this has much behind it. I think it's going to correct pretty significantly, probably down to $8 or something in the near future. I do need some blinds, but it's going to take out I do have blinds, but it's going to take out it's going to make me too dark. And, hold on. Maybe that's a little bit better. I gotta figure out how I want to set up this room too. I'm not the biggest, person to know how to set stuff up, but yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so red Heiken-Ashi, and then getting a little jump here. It's such a make or break. Like, I think all these altcoins, they'll obviously follow Bitcoin for the most part. Some will outperform, some will underperform. We know that, but most of them will underperform in this environment. And it's just make or break. If we could hold this area, if we break through 25, the next area, once we break through 25, 27 right here, 29, 28, and then right here, 29. We'll go close to them, the spiral lines. If you want to be more basic, really 28 is a big place right there. Log, I think, is going to be a little bit more stronger overall. Gala, let's take a look. Money flow crossover right there. Euro coming down. Yeah, same as everything else. I mean, the general thing, I think, not in the 2-day trend reversals. It's not to say you can't come up a little bit higher, but now we'll see what happens there. Not too optimistic, so yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off. I'm just kind of tired. I'm probably going to do a video after I take a nap, get some more work done. Got to head off to Target. If you guys are interested, check out the link to MEXC right here, exclusively with my link down below. You get to see my logo right there and earn up to 9,100 MEXC, so check that out. Really good exchange. Fees, I believe, are lower than BITGET or the other ones. The other ones are good too, though. The other ones are great too, but yeah. All right, guys. Shout out to Crypto Grizzly. Shout out to Accurate Components Corporation. Let's get going. I'm gonna get going, take a nap, and I will see you.